Welcome to another edition of AM Whiskey. I'm Mark, and this is Aaron. And today we're going to be reviewing little Bardstown Discovery Series. It's number 11. We're going to call this the Wild Turkey and Disco Blend. We're looking at 73%, 13-year-old Kentucky. Looks 75 corn, 13 rye, 12% malted barley.
The rumor is that that's Wild Turkey distillate. That is their mash bill. So while it doesn't say that, it's the rumor. There's also some people that'll say that it's not Wild Turkey, just the same mash bill.
Alright, 73%, 13-year, maybe Wild Turkey, maybe not. 21%, 10-year, Wild Turkey, maybe not. 6%, 6-year, 68% corn, 20% wheated, 12% malted barley from Bardstown themselves. So 94% somebody else, the same mash bill, 6% Bardstown's own juice. A lot of people really liked this bottle. Said that batch 11 is a return back to the good Discovery series. Personally, I think they're a bunch of Dickel haters, but I could be wrong. What the hell kind of pour is that?
You're giving your hey man, that was a healthy pour. I'm not gonna
disagree.
We're getting,
that was a healthy pour.
We're getting rowdy tonight.
Yeah. It was a lot in the bottle still.
Yes, the early Discoveries got a lot of good reviews. The only one I was able to have was Discovery 4, and it was fantastic. But they used a lot of old stock from what most people would think were legacy distilleries, and then would blend those together. So those early ones, pretty darn good. Then you started getting some other distilleries in, some from Tennessee, and a lot of people started saying, oh, now they're putting Dickel in it, it's terrible. But the last couple releases have been pretty good. I've had 9 and 10, and I thought both of those were pretty good. And now we got 11, which was very intriguing because, again, the rumor is that it's 73% Russell's Reserve 13, which was our Whiskey of the Year last year. So
we do like some Russell's 13 around here.
This is a banger. Banger.
Him and his banger.
Oh.
It's kind of like his nuts. You get any nuts on this? Did you get nuts? No nuts. I don't know if you like it.
But I still really like it.
Interesting. No, I think I've had Disco 3, Disco 4.
Ooh.
I think 11 and 12. And maybe, I don't remember if it was 7 or 9. I definitely like the 3 and the 4, but I was early in my whiskey journey.
This just screams classic bourbon to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting those caramels, the vanillas, some oak. It seems like a little bit.
There's a fruit characteristic.
There is some fruit.
There's spices.
But it's a light fruit. It's like an apple, like a green apple maybe.
Yeah, it's really light.
A little bit of
almost
of
like
that bacon
pearish
spice. Almost pearish. I can see that. I can see that. Ooh.
Coats the glass really well.
I like the smell there. Maybe we'll give it a little extra.
I like the spinneroonie. I'm a big fan
of
the
little
spinneroonie.
I'm
a big fan of the spinneroonie. It's so SJ thing is so overplayed. The SJ was so 2023. Like, we're on the 2024. It's spinneroonie days.
I think spinneroonie was
probably the early 2000s.
90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Old school wrestling fans, stand up. Oh man, wow!
Have you ever splashed whiskey on your own face?
I have.
Thank goodness it didn't go in my eye.
Oh,
Because that might have burned a little. It does have a good nose.
Ooh.
Caramel, vanilla.
Oh, that was like a caramel apple right down the center for me. I got some apple, a caramel.
A weird touch of tongue tingly As the spice backer.
A little bit of tongue tinglies going on, but that is
It kind of returns back to the caramel vanilla opening on the finish.
I mean, I keep going back to a caramel apple. I'm getting that bit of green apple in there, both on the front of the palate and in my mid palate. It's kind of lingering.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting some dry oak on the back, but it's not like...
There is an oak on the back.
It's not over drying. There's definitely big caramel throughout. The only thing that's missing is the nuts. And then you'd have your perfect caramel apple in a glass.
Like a candied caramel apple, the caramel, the nuts on top.
I'm not getting any nuts on here, but everything else
Thank God.
is right there, like a taffy apple thing going on for that first sip.
It drinks about its proof.
It was really
110,
good.
111-ish.
Yeah.
It drinks about its proof.
Yeah. So far,
pretty damn good.
Liking it. Oh, man. I don't know that I like it as much as I do the Russell's 13, but it's pretty good.
No, unfortunately I don't. It's a little, like the flavor power or punch and a little bit of the flavor complexity is dialed back from the Russell's 13. Most of the batches I've had, I've had a... Yeah, I think I have ever had every batch of Russell's 13. They're just not as... This is not as flavorful.
This is much lighter. Those are the richer, deeper, darker flavors on the Russell's 13. There's a little bit more of that bright kind of green apple milk that I was talking about that's throughout this that I don't get on the Russell's 13. The Russell's 13, you get more of that like rich caramel, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's more
good.
depth in the flavor, there's more oak, and there's more spice.
That being said, I could probably drink this more often than I would drink that Russell's 13.
The reason you ain't drinking more Russell's 13 because you ain't got more Russell's 13. If you could walk to a shelf and buy Russell's 13, you'd buy it. Right now, luckily, most of us could go to a shelf and potentially find Disco 11. But it's not going to be around long.
It hasn't made it to Illinois yet. I had to find somebody who was going down to Kentucky to pick me up this bottle.
So what you're saying is we might have more locally here soon. Maybe
I've heard they're coming out with 12 already, so we're just seem to be behind in Illinois, but I do seem to have found a connection that makes trips down to Bardstown, so maybe we'll be able to
I think it's a really good pour. It's in the 8s. It's in that very good classification.
To me, this is leaning towards a high 8. I'm going 8.6.
8.6. I agree.
God, I hate it when we agree like that.
Look, I said it was in the 8s. I said 8.6. You said 6. You must have read my hands or something. Check the replay. If he was looking at my hands when I signaled, right, the bottle wasn't big enough to...
I was really going between an 8.8 and an 8.6. I'm trying to be a little harder on my judgments.
I wish I could give it an 8.8, but it's not that good.
It's not. It's good. It's close. This is still in the like... I'm probably going to save this for my small group of friends who really appreciate a bottle. So in that, that to me, that's the 8 to 9 category. That's my small group range. So,
well, this is what? How much was this?
About $150.
I think 8.6, right? To get an 8.6 quality whiskey, $150 is what you're gonna have to spend.
And again, just on the palate, is it worth $150? That's for everybody to decide on their own. In today's market, do I feel bad that this is $150? No. Do I wish it was $100? Sure.
Yeah.
It is every bit worth $100.
Yeah, it checks a lot of boxes. It does a lot of things. It checks a lot of boxes. I think for the traditional Kentucky bourbon drinker, the Disco 11 is gonna do it for you.
I mean,
it's really good.
If you need to know how I feel about this, just look at our glasses.
He's an alcoholic.
I mean, I'm just saying. Anyways, if it's in your market, let us know. Have you had the Discovery 11? Do you like it? Do you think it's as good as Russell's 13? Are you looking forward to Discovery 12? Did you like 10? Did you like 9? Let us know. And as always,
Keep the whiskey flowing and try to keep up with him.
and have a great night.
There's a lot of hard work around here, I tell you.